Good evening, Suresh ji. Good evening, Vijay. Good evening, Sumati, Tarni, and Sridevi. Thank you for joining us. And today we are starting off with a new series of topic. And I'd like to start my presentation. How was last week for everybody?
Excellent, sir.
Excellent.
Absolutely
Good.
great.
Pardon, ma'am?
Absolutely great it was.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
it's wonderful.
Good. Good to know that. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Visible, sir, but it is full, sir.
No, it's not in the full one. Okay. Lot of settings have changed in Zoom. Just,
Jagan, you need some help?
yes, Akash, I'm not able to.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, thank you.
Shoot, what is it saying?
Uh, like I starting to share.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm able to get only the Chrome. My PowerPoint is not seen.
Okay. So why don't you do this?
Ah,
When you click on share, will you get an entire screen option?
yes.
Just click on the entire screen option
Okay.
and say share. Now open your PowerPoint. Yes. And yeah, and use exactly. Yes. You can also hide. Can you just click on hide? Down on the bottom there is hide. Yes. Now we are able to see what we need to see. You very young in the photograph. You are on you are on mute.
Akash ji, good evening, ji.
Good evening, sir. Good
Not only
evening.
in photo, ji.
Huh?
In Zoom also, he is very young. He is
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
40 plus.
He always is. He always is. Yeah, so I think what you did, Jagan, is you clicked on computer audio, right? That's why your mic got disabled. So what you do now is you go to new share, go to new share,
Ah,
and don't click on computer audio. Do you have computer audio that is going to come?
no, 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 no.
So then just don't click
Yeah,
on computer
it's
audio
back.
and keep going.
Can you restart the recording?
Okay, I can do. Yes.
Yeah.
Over
Thanks,
to
sir.
you.
Yes. Good evening, friends, and for the friends who have joined us for the first time, I'm Jagannathan, co-founder founder of Stay Active Movement 4075 Kovai, and that was Akash who was speaking to you. Akash is the co-founder of Stay Active Movement 4075 Kovai, and we run these weekly Tuesday night webinars. All our online programs are totally free, and our programs are focused towards the seniors, the family in which the seniors are present, and the caregiver in the family, because all these three aspects are very important in a family where there's a senior citizen. So, in line with this sessions, today's topic is on who's talking, understanding ego states across generations. Uh, about 3 weeks back, one of our uh, regular participants wanted to know how to handle Gen Z and senior citizens at home. Then we came upon this topic of uh, understanding how to handle people across various generations. And I picked up on the topic of transaction analysis, and in particular, I'll be today we'll be looking into the aspects of the topic called ego states. So the core concept. What does this states talk about? There are three ego states. The first one is the parent, second is the adult, and the third is the child. Uh, the parent is nothing but a set of voices from the past. All these messages are recorded from the past and is present in you even today. The adult is with the present moment, the here and now. The adult is present, logical, and fact based self. The third one is the child, which contains the felt emotions from our early experiences. So just keep it short in your understanding. Parents are voices from the past. Adult is in the current situation, present, logical, and fact based. And the child is about talking about the felt emotions when you were young, probably before the age of 6 or 7. So, to understand this topic of ego states, uh, the first important part is the structural ego state, which means like how is the ego state structured. So, as I told you earlier, this is the exact shape in which the ego states will be present: parent, adult, and child. Parent ego state contains the behaviors, thoughts, and feelings copied from parents and parent figures. So when we were all young, we were taken care by our parents, our grandparents, the caretakers, and a lot of these people. So when we were young, we never really had the capacity to analyze and take things in. So we just took in whatever came by, and we copied the people's behavior, their thoughts and feelings. Okay, so that this parent ego state contains all our learned behaviors from other people when we were young. The second one is the adult ego state, which talks about the behaviors, thoughts, and feelings which are direct responses to the here and now. So, adult ego state is completely to do with the current situation. How am I speaking to you? What are my behaviors? What are my thoughts? And what are my feelings, which are direct responses to the here and now. So, parent ego state are containing things which are copied from others, the behavior, thoughts, and feelings. Whereas in the adult ego state, the behavior, thoughts, and feelings are my genuine behavior, thoughts, and feelings. The third part is the child ego state. The child ego state talks about the behavior, thoughts, and feelings replayed from childhood. Replayed from childhood. Just go back to your younger days when you were very young, like the first time when you had a chocolate, or when you ate an ice cream, or you did when you were very young, something which you liked. So, what is that feeling which you got? The same kind of a feeling is even experienced by us right now. Just imagine the way how you enjoy eating the ice cream or doing something. So, again, the child ego state is nothing but the behavior, thoughts, and feelings replayed from childhood. Okay, so these three are present in each one of us. These three are present in each one of us. So, when we say the structural ego state, it simply denotes the PAC and what it contains. Right? Once you are clear on this, then everything else will be easy for you to understand the forthcoming slides. Um, I will just move my slide. So, what does the parent do? Parent ego state, you know what parents normally do? They always lecture, they give judgments. Okay, they criticize people, they give advice, and they talk people down, and they also take care of people who are hurt. So that is what the parent does. The adult ego state, like what it does is like They are more objective and rational. They ask for information. They gather data. They treat people as equals. Right? The adult ego state is more of a computer type. The child ego state is submissive, complying, talks up, it revolts back to you, playful, impulsive, emotional, and throws tantrums. So these are the behaviors which are exhibited by the different ego states. Now, as I was reading out the different ego states and what it does, all of you would have thought about your behaviors, how you behave, what you do, right? Similarly, you can parallelly think about people who are in your family or in your workplace or in your friend circle who exhibit these kind of behaviors, right? So only for our understanding. So in Indian family, the metaphors what I like to bring across here to connect with the parent, adult, and child will be the parent as father, as my father or my grandfather used to always say, அப்பா சொன்ன மாதிரி. We always take somebody else's name. அந்த காலத்துல, in those years, your grandfather did like this. So we copy what they said and we tell it to somebody else. We just pick up things from the past and we tell it to the present people. The adult, we need to speak with clarity. So adult is always data driven and it looks out for information and accuracy. ஸோ தமிழில் சொல்கிற மாதிரி இருந்துச்சுன்னா நிஜமாக யோசிச்சு பேச வேண்டிய விஷயம் இதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் ஒரு தடவைக்கு 2 தடவை யோசிச்சுக்கோ. கணக்கெல்லாம் கரெக்டாக போட்டியா, கொடுத்த காசு கணக்கு கரெக்டாக எழுதிட்டியா. ஸோ ஆல் தீஸ் திங்ஸ் கம்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் தி அடல்ட். அண்ட் வென் கம்ஸ் டு த சைல்டு, குழந்தை மாதிரி சந்தோஷமா இருக்கணும். Joy like a child, happiness like a child, enjoy life like a child. Santosh Mare, what is stopping you? Be happy, what is stopping you? Why are you so dull? So all those things relate to the child ego state. Okay. Um, any questions till now? You can please use the chat box. So I know I've gone through fast, but I'll give you a lot of examples to take things across. Uh, what do you if you have any questions, you can please share in the chat box or you can unmute and talk. Okay, fine. I'll move across. Okay, so we were talking about parent, adult, and child. So parent ego state contains the things copied from others. Adult ego state contains things which are in the here and now. We get connected to the present moment, and the child ego state talks about uh, uh, things which we experienced earlier in our life when we were a child, and it gets replicated and it is replayed even now, right? Okay, so in behavioral terms, okay, we was looking at in terms of content, but in terms of behavior, when we look into the parent ego state, the parent ego state is split up into two different parts again: the critical parent and the nurturing parent. And the adult ego state remains as one, and the child ego state is split into two: the free child and the adapted child. Now, if you look at the critical parent, when you say somebody who is very critical, they are stern, upright, they stand with their hands on the hip, they are critical. For example, you can look into an example of Hitler, right? The very moment you look at him, is sort of autocratic and comes from the critical parent. Now, for the nurturing parent, we could look at Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa, arms open, soft voice. They are always dependable upon. Okay. Adult, they have a balanced stance and a clear voice. A free child is when you feel free and you're very expressive. You dance or you snap your fingers, and your expressions can show that you're a free child, and you are in a situation where you are able to express what comes to your mind. The adapted child is, like when you remember when you were in, when your father used to come in from his office, you will start looking down. You'll have us, you look up, what do you call, uh, apologetic, and you will start even before he asks a question, you will start answering him, or you start becoming very obedient. So that is the adaptive child. In simple terms, adaptive child behaviors are behavior which you do it to please the other person. So these things are very important for us. I will go in depth with the examples here. So when we saw the PAC with nothing inside, it was only talking about the structural part. Now we are focusing on the functional part, how these things are manifested outside by way of your behavior. So here in the functional ego state, we will have the, as I said earlier, the parent ego state is divided into critical parent and nurturing parent. Now, for an example of a critical parent, the words which we can put across can be moralistic. They always talks about morals, values, do's and don'ts in a very strong critical manner. Moralistic, they are judgmental. You are good, you are bad. Okay, they are authoritarian, right? They show always their power. They get things done by their power. So whenever you see somebody in this kind of a behavioral mode where they use these kind of words and languages, it is very clear that they are from their critical parent. In simple terms, they always criticize, right? And like once somebody talks to you from a critical parent, you feel you don't feel energetic, you feel let down, you feel your energy is sapped and you're down. So that is what happens when people talk to you from a critical parent. Friends, I would request you to think either way, two way. So when you speak from a critical parent, what are the words you use? To whom do you use it? In what conditions or situations do you use your critical parent? Right? Okay. The other part of the parent ego state as a functional part will be the nurturing parent. You look at the two images what I've got. The lady closing the arms, the green shirt, the guy on the right side in the red shirt picking up a small kid and playing. Nurturing parent. Reassuring, caring, encouraging, supportive, and understanding. A lot of things can describe the nurturing parent, right? So think about a moment in your life, even now, right? When something difficult comes up, would you like to go to a critical parent character, or would you like to go to a nurturing parent character? Think about it. Please use the chat box. Okay, somebody says, okay, Tarni says nurturing parent. How about the others? Whom would you like to go and move with? Would you like to move with, of course, nurturing parent? Sri Vidya has said nurturing parent. Okay, okay. Sri Vidya says nurturing parent. Namnidan Kumar says NP. Oppo. Oh, sorry, I didn't get your name. Oppo says NP. Sri says NP. Okay, hi Sabri. Sabri says NP. Sujata says nurturing parent. Deepa Jodi says nurturing parent. Fantastic, friends. You understood this, then this whole concept of ego states is a cakewalk for you. Wonderful. Now, Suresh D also says nurturing parent. Yes, friends. But uh, will nurturing parent always help you? No. Sometimes we also need to have the critical parent behavior in us to help some situations or people in certain conditions. Okay, great. The adult ego state, their behavior, what they exhibit will be as follows. Adult, I told you already, it is purely the calculative mind. It is all about data. It's all about decision. It is all about gathering information, processing, right? Just like the CPU of our computer. So the adult is non-judgmental. They never judge people. They are always open-minded. They don't carry prejudices. Okay, they're always interested in what is happening right now. They're always confident and they're always reality based. So people who exhibit this uh, adult ego state behaviors are people who will be mostly in the executive capacity, right, as leaders or as directors of organizations, where they are able to process data, gather information. Like whenever you move with somebody, you will find that they exhibit something like data driven questions. ப்ராஜெக்ட் என்னாச்சு, ப்ராஜெக்ட் எப்போ முடியும், எப்போ டீட்டெயில்ஸ் கொடுப்பீங்க, எப்போ ரிப்போர்ட் கிடைக்கும், எப்போ சேல்ஸ் டார்கெட். ஆல் these the questions will be pertaining to gathering information. So that is the ego state which exhibits the adult. Okay, so we have seen parent ego state, which shows the critical parent and the nurturing parent. Adult, it is totally data driven. The child ego state now it is divided into free child and the adapted child. I will go with the free child. The free child is always fun loving, curious, full of energy, spontaneous. Like uh, whatever they do, you can see a vibe in them. That energy is there. They're always curious to explore things, ask questions, why not. They go beyond the limitations and they explore their life. This kind of behaviors are exhibited by the free child. Next comes the adapted child. Uh, the adapted child are people who shows compliant. Compliant is nothing but the compliance. They go by the rules. அவர் சொன்னா சரிங்க, அவர் கேட்பாருங்க, அவர் சொல்லியிருக்காருங்க. Even though they want to do something else, they change their behavior for the sake of the other person or the situation or the rules. They adapt themselves to the situation. And the next important word, the passive. They are mostly passive. They're not active. Active is the free child. They are passive. So passive behaviors by itself is a separate subject which I'll pick it up later on. They show passiveness. They are not active. They always withdraw. They don't contribute to the family or the team or the place where they are in. These are the adopted child. The next one is the rebellious child. Okay, the rebellious child are people who exhibit define. They don't agree. They always revolt. என்னம்மா இன்னைக்கும் இட்லியா, என்னம்மா 6 மணிக்கு நீ ரெடி பண்ணலையா, always complaining. Okay, they defy rules, they defy regulations, they don't go with the norms, they always are a rebel. Now if you look at your family situation or your workplace situation or in general, you will find these rebellious people present. You will find these adapted child present. You will feel the free child present. You will find the adult present. You will find the critical parent present. You will find the nurturing parent present, right? And you will also see over a period of time, some people go through all these different characteristics, different uh, ego states. So, which shows that all of us have all these things present in us at different points of time with different people. We exhibit different set of behaviors. சில நேரத்தில் கிரிட்டிக்கல், சில நேரத்தில் நர்ச்சரிங், சில நேரத்தில் அடல்ட், சில நேரத்தில் ஃப்ரீ சைல்டு, சில நேரத்தில் அடாப்டட் சைல்டு, சில நேரத்தில் ரிபல்லியஸ் சைல்டு. நம்ம இந்த ரிபல்லியஸ் சைல்டு எப்போ வரும்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, இந்த அடாப்டட் சைல்டு அதிகமாகி 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 ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல பிரேக் ஆவாங்க பார்த்தீங்களா, அப்போதான் அவங்க ரிவோல்ட் அடிப்பாங்க. They rebel back. That is why it is a rebellious child. For our discussion, In further slides, we will have it as free child and adopted child. சரிங்களா? We will look into the further examples. Now, I would request you to think about yourself. நீங்க எப்படியெல்லாம் நீங்க இருக்கீங்க, யார் கூட நீங்க கிரிட்டிக்கல் பேரண்ட்ல பிஹேவ் பண்றீங்க, யார்கிட்ட நர்ச்சரிங் பேரண்ட்ல பண்றீங்க, யார்கிட்ட அடல்ட்ல பண்றீங்க, யார்கிட்ட ஃப்ரீ சைல்ட்ல பண்றீங்க, யார்கிட்ட அடாப்டட் சைல்ட்ல பண்றீங்க, இதெல்லாம் எப்போ பண்றீங்க? Just go through this, right? We will take up some examples. Okay. So now I would ask you to request you to unmute your mic, or you even use your chat. What I want you to answer is okay. Got some comments. Okay. Sorry, Sumati. I just now saw your message. I missed your question. Okay. Srivijay says too much of nurturing may take child take things for granted. You are absolutely right. So அளவுக்கு மீறிய அமுதமும் நஞ்சு. Too much of sweet is also poison. So that is also a point. So that I'll be taking it up in some other session later on. So the nurturing parent has also got a negative side. Too much of liberty being given to the children, too much of encouragement. Okay, too much of whatever the child asks, too much of yes by the parents can also lead to trouble. And similarly, the critical parent also has a positive side. When a small child is about to go and touch a hot tumbler of water, what will the parent do? Definitely they'll criticize. Okay, there the message comes stronger. So sometimes critical parent is also necessary. Done. Suresh says here between parent and child, whom adult refers. Okay, adult is not the see here. We are not talking about the parental age or the adult or the child age. So this adult and adult, and child is always present in us. Parent, adult, and child is always present in us at any age. When I say any age, probably after the age of 7 or 8, you will be able to see all these things being developed in the children. There is a subject written by Pamela Levin, Developmental Cycles, how a child develops. So that article you can refer, or probably sometimes the later session will be able to take it up. And uh, so even a person who's a 70 years or 80 years, you will be able to see this parent, adult, and child always present. So you would have normally heard of a quote: "The way to a man's heart is through his stomach." So if you see, it holds good everywhere in each and every phase of our life. And Janvi, I'll definitely keep it in English, but certain examples I'll be taking it to Tamil, which I'm already saying in English. So, friends, a quiz for you. We'll have this slide as a trial quiz, and the next one will be a full-fledged quiz. Okay, when the dialogue is like this: Who are you all? Why are you always on your phone? So, is it coming from a parent, adult, or child? Why are you always on your phone? Any guesses? Is it from your parent? Okay, Tarni says critical parent. Sumati says critical parent. Suresha's parent. Sri Vidya says adult. Okay, fine. Thank you, parent. It is parent. With the way how I used my voice, it became a critical parent. Suppose if I use the same sentence as, "Why are you always on phone, pa? Take care of your eyes, take care of your health." Then it becomes a nurturing parent. Yes, the answer is right. It is parent. Okay. If it is information seeking statement, then it becomes a adult. Okay. Let's talk after dinner. We will talk after dinner. So where does that statement come from? Adult.
Critical
Say, pardon?
critical path.
critical parent. Let's talk after dinner. Okay, probably my voice looks more critical. Actually, let's talk after dinner is fixing a time for some important discussion. So when it goes to discussion of fixing of time, all this time kind of things comes after adult. But of course, when said in an angry tone, let's talk after dinner, that comes from a critical parent. Okay. Sri says parent is sometimes an adult child too. Yes. So the same kind of a statement. When you observe the body language, the voice, the tone, the intensity, and the intention, then things start changing. You will never listen to me. நான் என்ன சொன்னாலும் நீ கேட்கவே மாட்ட. Okay. Somebody says adult. Nirmal says child. Okay. Fine. Good. So now we have started understanding subject. You never listen to me. It's a when it's said as a complaint, it comes from the child ego state. But when it's said as a rule, then it comes from the critical parent. Good observation. Okay. So the sample lines are here. The first one, I'm not going to use my tone. What is your observation? The first one.
Critical parent?
See, we have got a set of lines here. Who's speaking in this dialogue? Is it the parent, adult, or child? You can say, I'm not going to read it out now because my tone changes the impact of the sentence. That we have clearly understood. So now I'm not going to read the sentence. You can give the answer. Okay, we have got the child, parent, critical parent. Let's see what the answer is. It is the parent voice. Good. The second one. Let's check the calendar before deciding. Forget my voice. Okay, adult, child, adult, adult. Okay, great. Fantastic. It is adult. 95% of you got the answer right. You never let me do what I want. Now it's very clear. It is the child. Exactly. Done. Stop wasting your time on that phone. Yes. It is the parent voice. And with that exclamation mark and the raise in the voice, it becomes a critical parent. So now, friends, you have started understanding that the content is first important thing. What is said. Second important thing, how it is said, the tonality, the raising of the voice, the lowering of the voice. The third thing is the body language or the facial expression or the uh, gesture, posture. So all these three things are important for you to judge a person, to identify which ego state that person is coming from. Okay, the next one. So now all of you are giving the right answers. All of you now becoming the masters. Great. The next one. Okay. Right. See, I changed the order. I should have actually put the adult, but I changed the order. Even then, all of you got it right. I don't care. I am not doing it. Now, now, which child voice is this? Is it the free child, adapted child, or the rebellious child? Yes, it is the rebellious child, rebelling. Yes, adapted child. So, adapted child or rebellious child is the right answer. Okay, right? Suppose I remove that word, first line of I don't care. I remove that. I am saying only I'm not doing it in a soft voice. Then becomes a free child. I'm able to express. Now for the next line. Can we talk about this calmly? The adult voice. Can we talk about this calmly? Okay, somebody shouting at the other end, but I'm using my common normal language. Can we talk about this calmly? Please cool down. கொஞ்சம் பொறுமையா பேசலாம்ப்பா வாப்பா. Okay, right? You're using your adult voice. Yes. Alabu says nurturing parent. Yes. Okay, the next one. I know you're tired, take a break. Sri says nurturing parent. Sri just says adult. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, nurturing parent, fantastic. Yes, that is the nurturing parent voice. Let's dance in the rain. Let's dance in the rain. Yes, free child. Free child. Okay, free child. Free child. Wonderful. Okay, last one. Okay, I'll do it even though I don't want to do. Remember, like we did a session on communication where we said we say yes when we talk to somebody, but really actually we don't want to do. So what is that? Exactly, adapted child. Wonderful. So we are following something which we don't like to do just because the other person is more powerful or in a better position, or the situation says like when we are in the free child, it might lead to some challenge to them. Okay, good. I think we need to give ourselves a big round of applause. Thank you. uh, Friends, we'll move on. Now you are becoming master of the subject, how to identify the other person, what ego set are they communicating to you from, and similarly you also need to keep in mind from what ego state are you communicating to the other person. Okay, so if okay, I think most of you have your cameras off. No problem. uh, you can do this. Okay, uh, if you okay, so now remember we saw about the critical parent, nurturing parent, adult, free child, and adapted child. Now we also now going into the pose. Okay, when I read out the pose, you start doing that post. Okay, posture. Okay, ready? First we are doing the critical parent. Uh, okay, hands on your hip, look straight, stern voice, make your voice tough. Okay, I will say the dialogue. You will repeat the dialogue after me. You never listen. I want you to repeat after me. You never listen.
You
Keep
never listen.
great. Uh, a bit more sterner, bit more
You
rougher.
never
You never listen. Okay, good. The second sentence. Why can't you be more like? Why can't you be more like your brother?
More like that.
Why cannot you
why can't you
be
be
more
more like that person?
Yes. Okay. Now this is what happens when you talk from a critical parent. Your hands on your hip, your voice is turned, and you say these lines. Okay, we'll do it once more. Okay, ready? You never listen.
You never
You
listen.
never listen.
Why can't you
You
be
never
more like the other person?
Why can't you be
Why
more
can't
like
you be more like other
like
person?
Okay, now just go into yourself, look into the feeling which you're having. Look into the feeling which you're having. Just become aware of your feeling once you're acted from a critical parent. Is your heartbeat faster? Something is happening in your solar flex, in your abdomen, something is happening, or it can happen in any part of your body. Just identify the feeling what is inside. Okay, right. Next, nurturing parent. We are shifting. Okay, uh, arms wide, open your arms, just like you're going to embrace somebody. Arms wide. Okay. Somebody said in the previous one, you're getting angry and your muscles have become harder. That is what happens when you are from a critical parent. Excellent. Nurturing parent, arms wide, gentle tone. Okay. It's okay. I'm here for you.
It's okay. I'm here for you.
You
It's
did your
okay, I'm here for you.
Okay, I'm here for you.
great. You did your best.
You
You
did
did,
your
You did your
best.
best.
you did your best.
Excellent. Now, observe your feelings, observe your body, what is happening inside your body. Can you see a shift in your what is happening inside your body? You feel so light. Yes, Srividya. You feel relaxed. Absolutely. Fine. Adult. Okay. You just have your hands by your sides and a normal tone. Okay. Somebody says feeling cool and relaxed. Positivity spreads. Yes, somebody. Now for the third one, the adult. You're neutral, your hands on your sides, a balanced tone. Just repeat after me. What's the data?
What's
What's the
that?
data?
That's
Let's
it.
look at the options.
Let's look at the options.
Look at
Let's
Options.
look at the options.
Okay. So just just identify what feelings or emotions you have or what is happening in your body. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Right? Good. Okay, neutral calm. Yes, that neutralness is there. Ready to ask question. No change. You're this normal. So that is the see now you are experiencing ego state within yourself. Great. Free child, arms up, bouncing. Do some small movements. Joyful. Yay! I want to dance. Do a small dance movement. I know all of you are having your camera off.
I want to
Okay.
dance. I
Yay!
want
I
to
wanted to
dance.
dance. Yay! I'm
Eh,
dancing. Yay!
Yeah, I want to die.
Great. Okay, go back, look into the feeling, look into your breath, look into the emotions, look at the changes in your body. Yes, yes, Sabari. Yes, Alago. Josh, elated, fun, excitement, feeling energized. Great, wonderful. Now for the last one. Okay, the adapted child. Okay, uh, somebody says feeling energized with the free child. Yes. Now for the last one, the adapted child, you shrink, you put a hunch, கூணு இந்த மாதிரி உட்காந்துக்குங்க இல்லை நின்றுக்குங்க ஆர்ம்ஸ் க்ளோஸாக வச்சுக்கோங்க ஐஸை தலை கீழே தொங்க போட்டுங்க கண்ணு கீழே போட்டுக்குங்க யூ சே சாரி am I in trouble?
Sorry.
Sorry, am I in
And
trouble?
am I in trouble?
Okay. Now just become aware of what has happened. Yes. Low state of mind. Exactly. Exactly, Alavu. This is what happens. Yes, low state of mind, feeling low, feeling worried. See, and if you look, the free child and adapted child, I never told you anything about your tone. I never told you anything about your voice, right? It was your natural thing. Look at how you shouted when you wanted to dance, and look at how you softened your voice when you said, sorry, am I in trouble? Yes, Sabari, yes. Fears triggered and your jaws are stiff and you feel sad for no reason. Of course, we're just doing a role play. We're just doing something for as an exercise, but we are able to feel the change of feeling in us. Friends, that is what ego states can do for you. If you could experience this, why can't you experience what you wanted? By now you would have got an idea as to what you can do. Friends, I just want you to take a pen and a paper. Please take a pen and a paper. I'll hold the screen. I'll not move forward. This exercise is very important where we identify where we are, where others are, how we exhibit our behavior or how others are doing it, how we are getting related, right? Um, I'll hold on for a minute. Please take a pen and a paper. And whatever I was talking to you earlier, I always said observe the other person and also observe what is happening inside you, how you are also behaving, right? Now comes the time for us to put things on paper, black and white. Okay, so you you put CP for critical parent, NP for nurturing parent, A for adult, FC for free child, and AC for adapted child. You put 5 boxes, or you put a line, and below the line you write CP, NP, A, FC, and AC. Very, very important. And I will never ask you to share this exercise with others. You can share a general idea, okay? General feeling or general thought which comes across you, right? Just draw a horizontal line, write CP, NP, A, FC, AC, right? Okay. Now, what you have to do? Uh, take today for example. Today is something which is fresh in mind. Today, from morning till evening, think about the time you spent. You would have spent it at family, office, or in your college, or in your school, or with your relatives or friends. During that time, what was the maximum behavior you exhibited? ஓகே. நீங்க இன்னைக்கு நாளை கணக்கில் எடுத்துங்க. இன்னைக்கு நாள்ல நீங்க எதையெல்லாம் நீங்க எக்ஸிபிட் பண்ணீங்க, எதை அதிகமா எக்ஸிபிட் பண்ணீங்க அதைய போடுங்க. சி- சரிங்களா? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நீங்க வந்து எதை அதிகமா எக்ஸிபிட் பண்ணீங்களோ அதை அதுக்கு ஒரு லைன் போட்டுக்குங்க, ஒரு பார் டயக்ராம் போட்டுக்குங்க. சரிங்களா? அடுத்தது எதை நீங்க கம்மியா யூஸ் பண்ணீங்களோ அதை நீங்க போடுங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மார்க் தி ஹையஸ்ட் ஒன் to a level which you want, and comparatively you put the lowest one. Okay, எது கம்மியா யூஸ் பண்ணீங்களோ அதை போடுங்க. Then you fill in the other three things. Okay, so அது ரிலேட்டிவா வச்சுங்க. You can make it relative between the highest and the lowest. So finally you will have a diagram like this. So this will tell you how you were today, how much of critical parent you showed, how much of nurturing parent you showed, how much of adult behavior you showed, how much of free child behavior you showed, how much of adaptive child behavior you showed. சரிங்களா? So this is very simple thing. This is your graph. How you have your ECG graph or your exam reports or your monthly turnover reports. This is a report for your behavior for today, which ego state you exhibited. So it's very simple. First, you put the highest one to any level, then you put the lowest one. Okay, then the other three things you can compare, think, and start doing it. So this gives the information about who you were today. இன்னைக்கு நீங்க யாரா இருந்தீங்க, right? So this is something which talks about you. Okay. Now I would ask, okay, now what we need to think is, which ego state do you think you use the most, right? You can give your answer in the chat. Which ego state you use the most? Yeah, Alaguji, this is general for you today, not a specific situation. From morning, the time you woke up till now. So morning you would have been in your house. If you have gone for work, you would have been in your office. Then your evening you would have spent time with your family or friend. Okay, right. So you need to analyze now which ego state you think you use the most. You would have got the answer. Which do you receive the most from others? Okay. So now for the second part. Okay. Steve just says adult and free child. Sabri says adult. Sumati says nurturing parent. Suresh ji says today critical parent. Yes, Suresh ji. Thanks. Each day, each hour, things start shifting across. Good. So today would have been a tough situation. Okay. Okay. So the next part of the exercise will be to do it for your family. We'll do it for one person, then we will do it for all your family members. After this session, you can do it. In the same paper, just below what you have drawn, draw a line. Okay. Then go back, draw a line, then go back and write CP, NP, A, FC, AC. Think about one person in your family whom you have interacted with today or during this 1 week, or somebody in your workplace. You can also think about somebody in the workplace because you would have spent more time in your workplace probably today. So think of one person. Okay, draw this CP, NP, A, FC, and AC, and again for them draw the same thing. Right. For your family member, draw a egogram. This diagram is called a egogram. It was devised by Jack Duse. Mark which ego state they use most, and mark which ego state they use less, and comparatively put the other three ego states what they have done. So once you have put that for one person, see right now because of lack of time we are doing it for one person. Okay, now you need to do it for all your family members or all your team members. Okay, so for one person you would have done like this. Okay, this is person A. Probably when I do it, I would have done this for my father. Okay, then for mother I would have done something separately. I am adding it to the same diagram. My father, my mother. Next comes my brother in the pink one. Then comes my sister in the red one. Okay, you have got data here, right? So this is my family, right? Father, mother, brother, and sister. This is my family. So now the previous slide showed information about how I behave today. Now this diagram will show how my family is behaving. So from this diagram, can you tell me what the behavior of my family is all about? Is it adopted child, free child, adult, nurturing parent, or critical parent? Yes. Tarni says it is adopted child. Yes. Now you will be able to identify your family culture because it is a sum of all people behavior in your family. Right? Excellent. Sri Vidya, excellent Sri Vidya. Sumati, wonderful. Sri, yes, it is the adopted child. So, like this, you can identify where your family is focused on. This is one. Okay. Like this, you can understand what is your family all about. Right? Okay. From this diagram, can you tell me who is the most uh, logical person in my family? The top red is the sister, pink is the brother, green is the mother, and the blue is the father. Who's the most logical person in my family?
Father.
Father. Excellent. How you have been able to identify? Because that diagram shows the blue color,
Adult state.
it is the highest. Okay. The next question is uh, who is more playful and jovial in my family? Who's got a lot of energy?
Mother.
Okay, you're right. Absolutely. Alagu says mother. That is exactly the answer because you can see the free child, right? But at the same time, mother is also ranks almost equal in the adopted child. So this is how you interpret the scoring, what you do for your family, right? Okay, Tarni says brother. Okay, good. Okay, the answer is the mother. Okay, who shows the least nurturing character behavior in my family? Brother. Yes. Okay. Father, Tarni, it is not father. Yes. Father is the least and brother is also the least. So in my family, the male people are least showing the nurturing character. And in my family, my mother and my sister are exhibiting the most highest nurturing character in my family. So in my family, my the nurturing parent behaviors are shown by the ladies in my family. So similarly for the critical parent, if you look, the critical parent behaviors are shown by the father and the brother, right? So this is how you identify how your father and how your family people are behaving inside the family. So similarly you can work this exercise if you are in your organization, for your team, if you're the director of your company, your second line leadership, you can work similarly on the ego states. Surajji says mother highest, father and brother lowest. Yes. So it will differ from family to family. When you work out on this exercise, you need to take it for a period of 1 week or 1 month. So the data used is more. So once the data used is more, the result will be more accurate. Okay, what does it say about your team or family? Which ego state to be used in what situation? Okay, so we have seen that second question earlier with a lot of other examples. Now, the friends, it's already 10 since we started 10 minutes late. I would just like to take 10 minutes of your valuable time. Shall I please move ahead? It will just take another 5 minutes. Thank you.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Pope.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. uh, Something as a takeaway for you to practice for the next 1 week. Please set your intentions right and anchor yourself. This is for you, for your family, the place in which you're present all the time, and to make this world a better place. Okay, choose one ego state to activate intentionally, right? Out of these five part of the ego states, what do you want to activate intentionally? So you're going to see till now you have been active in all these ego states, but it was without awareness. Now you're choosing one ego state which you want to activate intentionally, which means as you see in Sun Team, in the Vara, Rajini Vara, in the Vara, Ajit Vara, like that, this week you're going to exhibit consciously whenever time permits and situation permits, you will exhibit this ego state activity intentionally, right? Um, just like what we see in Star movies. This week, James Bond movie. This week, Jackie Chan movie. So that week, it will be fully of Jackie Chan movie at that particular time. So what is that ego state you're going to activate? Decide on that. Okay. Write down that ego state 3 times on the paper. Nurturing parent or critical parent. Okay. Right. Write it 3 times. So that is your commitment you are doing to yourself. Please remember, inside me lives a wise adult, a playful child, and a powerful parent. This week, I choose to lead with nurturing parent, critical parent, free child, adopted child, or a adult. You decide on what you want. Remember, friends, all these things are present within us. It is only that we have not exposed these kind of behaviors in different situations. Yes, I know. Nurturing parent, free child. Yes, great, good. So this is your first contract. When we say contract, you put it is from your thinking level, it is from your feeling level, it is from your being level. So right, great. And when we did the previous exercise, when we did the body actions, all those things, certain dial that is a test for you. I just want you to go back to that exercise which you did. Some behaviors and some tonalities, some dialogues came to you naturally, some you are not able to do it. Okay, so dialogues which came to you naturally are your natural behavior. Dialogues and actions which was finding it difficult are things which you need to work on. That is an indicator for yourself. Okay. Okay. The home integration. Notice your, okay, this is something to do with the exercise which you did for your family. Okay. Notice your dominant ego state at home. This exercise, that previous exercise was for your 24/7. Wherever you go, you will exhibit that. This is for your family situation. Notice your dominant ego state at home. Okay. uh, Identify what is your dominant ego state at home every day, right? One, you just note what is your dominant one. Okay, are you in sync with whatever you're doing? Okay. If you have a family WhatsApp group, can always share your answer in your family WhatsApp group, so that all the other, you can do it as a team activity or you can do it as a family activity inside your family. And you can use the PSC decoder visual to tag your ego states. That is this diagram, we call it as the PSC decoder visual, right? You can use it to activate to keep track of your ego states. And going back to our basics of parent, adult and child, uh, a journal, probably a chat or a self WhatsApp message to yourself. Whose voice do I still carry? Remember, parent ego state is nothing but what you copied from others, which you still hold back in your head and you repeat it. My series of previous sessions was about group imago, how you carry an image of your family. So now you can, people who attended those sessions can connect it easily with this session. This particular question, whose voice do I still carry? Right? Grandfather, grandmother, father, whose voice do you still carry? Whose favorite punch dialogues do you still say? Adult, when do I feel clarity and calm? Adult is all about being calm, at ease, and feeling that sense of clarity. What am I doing in my life? Where am I going? What do I have? Okay, this is what I'm doing. That clarity. Okay. The third one is your child. Joy. What joy or fear still lives in me? What am I afraid of? What am I happy about? For no reason, we'll still have some sort of a fear. For no reason, we'll still feel the joy in us. So identify what is that we carry in us. That gives you an awareness about your child. So you got a contract of exhibiting one particular ego state in your play wherever you are, 24/7. Second, you are going to map what you're doing in your family. Third is your inner voice journaling, what comes to your mind, the recorded voice or things which happens to us automatically. And that's it. And for people who are joining us new, I'll will be sharing the joining link of our SAM community, Stay Active Movement. And I would request you to join this WhatsApp group. It's a group which we only put in our messages for you to uh, be informed about what our programs are and what we are doing. So we meet on all Tuesdays between 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So please help us to spread the message of our community. It is a free program. All our programs are done free online. Akash, are you there? Yes. And friends, few words of feedback will be acceptable. And now you know where you can give your feedback from. You can unmute your mic.
ப்ரோக்ராம் நல்லா இருந்தது சார். இது இன்னொரு டைம் பார்த்தா கொஞ்சம் புரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இது ஏதாவது ரெக்கார்டிங் ஏதாவது
இருக்குங்க
யூடியூப்ல
சார்.
கிடைக்குமா?
நாளைக்கு நீங்க குரூப்ல ஷேர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா நாளைக்கு நான் குரூப்ல ஷேர் பண்ணிடுறேன் சார். ஐ வில் ஷேர் இன் தி
குரூப்ல தான்
குரூப்.
இருக்கேன். குரூப்ல தான்
இருக்கீங்க.
இருக்கேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
நான் நாளைக்கு ஆஃப்டர்நூனுக்கு மேல ஷேர் பண்ணிடுறேன் சார்.
இன்னொரு டைம் பார்த்தா கொஞ்சம் நல்லா புரியும்.
ஓகே. இந்த ஈகோ ஸ்டேட்ஸை புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா ஒரு 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 கடலை புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்ட மாதிரிங்க சார். இந்த பிஹேவியர் சிம்பிளா நம்ம புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோம்னா இது நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கு, எல்லாத்துக்கிட்டையும் இது இருக்கு. எந்த நேரத்துல எங்க எக்ஸிபிட் பண்றோம் அதுக்கான எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் நான் சொல்லியிருந்தேன். அந்த வேரியஸ் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ் எல்லாம் நம்ம அதை வச்சு தான் பண்ணியிருந்தோம். ஒன்ஸ் தட் கம்ஸ் அப் தென் வில் பிகம் a மாஸ்டர் ஆஃப் தட் பர்టిక్యులர் சப்ஜெக்ட் சார்.
சார் இப்போ இது வந்து நம்ம என்னென்ன மாதிரி சார் இது ப்ரோக்ராம் பண்ணிட்டு
சார் நம்மளோட ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ் எல்லாமே இந்த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப், பாண்டிங், ஃபேமிலி எப்படி அடுத்த லெவலில் கொண்டு போகிறது, நம்மளை எது தடுக்குது, நம்ம ஃபேமிலி ஒரு சீனியர் சிட்டிசன் இருந்தால் அவங்கள ஒதுக்கி வைக்காம அவங்களையும் நம்ம எப்படி இன்க்ளூசிவாக கொண்டு வரலாம், நம்ம குழந்தைகள் நம்ம கூட எப்படி ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் பாண்டிங் கொண்டு வரலாம், அவங்களை எப்படி ஹேண்டில் பண்றது, இந்த மாதிரி ஃபேமிலியோட சப்ஜெக்டா நம்ம டீல் பண்றோம்.
நான் எது கேட்குறேன்னா நாங்கள் லாஃப்ரியாவை சொல்லி கொடுத்துட்ருக்கோம். சரி நாங்கள் ஏதாவது சொல்லி கொடுக்கலாம்.
ஓகே சார். ப்ராப்ளி நீங்க நம்பர் இருக்கும், நீங்க எனக்கு கனெக்ட் பண்ணுங்க. we will take this offline. we will discuss on this.
சீனியர் சிட்டிசன்னா அவங்க கொஞ்சம் ரொம்ப லவ் பண்ணுவாங்க அந்த லாஃபிங்.
ஆமாங்க சார், கண்டிப்பா சார். will do it sir. Thank you Sumati. Okay, I got Sumati says I got awareness, I have to improve my free child. It'll happen naturally once you become aware. The power of the subject is once you become aware of what you want, it happens by itself. Good. She says it was truly eye-opening. Good jotting out key points of ego states. Alagu Lakshmanan says, have a small clarification. I joined a bit late. Is there any particular state that is desirable? No, there is no particular state which is desirable. It differs from situation to situation. The basic thumb rule is, if it helps you to progress in life, if it helps you to move forward one step, then that is appropriate. Simple. The situation only decides what is appropriate. What works in one situation and with one person will not work with the other person in another situation. Propose eye-opening session, sir. Then help us to go back and identify what happening and take corrective actions in our life. And remember, friends, there's a saying, it says, what is not bent in 5 can't be bent in 50. Anjala valayadhu, ambudala valayuma. There's a question. But this awareness will always help you to go back and do the corrective measures for yourself. Okay, session was very interactive. We are aware of it, that how to behave as a child. Thank you, ma'am. It was an informative one. Sivya says, to know the behavior of our family members and outside, and the different categories, state of mind. Uh, it will be easy for us to judge which category our closed ones are. Yes, and friends, the next session will be how you can handle them, or how you can influence them to change their ego states. That also will be looking. Next session mine will be on communication using these ego states, how to talk from your each one of your ego state to the other person's ego state, how to handle them. Okay. Thank you conducting a good session, sir. Please join us, join our WhatsApp group. I will share once again the
Sir, I
joining
have
link.
a question, sir.
Yes, Nirmalji, please tell me.
First of all, thank you so much, sir. This was a very nice session.
Yes.
Lot of learning, and I especially liked, wherein you are bringing awareness to us also.
Yes.
So my question is, there are certain people I've observed who are very submissive. They are always taken advantage of.
Yes.
So are these what we call adaptive child? What
So,
state is this?
yes. It comes in the adaptive child category.
Okay, so my now next question is are these people now attracting certain other kind of ego states, and what is that?
You are exactly right. This is what we will be looking in the next session. Yes, like there are people who has, you say, we have got a vibe, right? The Gen Z talks about vibe, right? See, these people naturally attract people who are who shout at them, who are more powerful figure. Now, this goes into the behavioral aspects. These people will not feel comfortable if you go and talk to them from a nurturing parent. So you'll have to bring awareness to them, ask them questions where they can answer out, make them to open up slowly. These people can be influenced to change their behaviors. They can be made to speak out. So normally when we work in a team, we always find these kind of people always present. Boss in the pes matam, when the boss is there, they will not speak. We'll tell them each one of you will have to say at least one feedback or give one idea. So that becomes a rule for everybody. So naturally, this kind of adapted people who are submissive, people who don't open their mouth, will naturally open their mouth and they will start sharing to the group. So that can be done. So without hurting them or harming them, we can handle them in a soft way.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a very vital question, ma'am. See, now we started understanding, we started identifying somebody in our life who are in certain ego states. Next time we'll see how we can handle them. Today's session, great, sir, and made me identify my. I like the exercise which he gave. Thank you, Suresh. Thank you, Alagu ma'am. Family culture was an excellent takeaway for me today, Alagu ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for conducting good session. It improves both professional and personal life. Absolutely. It was fun to know more about the behavior of our family. Friends, any questions we'll take in or we'll close for the day. So next week, Akashji will be speaking on a new subject. So friends, thank you. We'll close for the day. Thank you for staying back with us. Thank you. Have a wonderful week, and please come back with your experiences next time for my session of the new ego state, which you are going to exhibit more of it. Thank you, friends. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you. Good night.